Sage is bugged. Her hero trait doesn't work. I've been playing the past 2 days on fucking hard mode. The character's completely bugged and none of the traits work. And my entire build that I wanted to do of it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't work anymore. Hey, YouTube. So, a member of the community came into my chat and asked me if I'm aware that Scattered Spore, which is the trait that we use on Sage, because it gives us 6% additional damage taken that stacks up to 2 times, isn't working. So I was like, huh? What do you mean that isn't working? Because clearly when you hit the dummy, you know, I can see 2 stacks of Scattered Spore. What do you mean it's not working? So naturally, I just ran over to the dummy, as a person would do. I started hitting it. I was like, yeah, I'm doing my 110 billion. Nothing special, nothing amazing, but it's fine. And then I swapped to Razor Leaf. So this trait is 6% additional times 2, so it's 12% additional damage. This trait is 10% additional when you land a critical strike. Now, for reference, I do not have crit cap. My crit is not capped. Now, it shows 62% here, but it's actually about 83%. Because this hero memory doesn't actually show up on the def, like it doesn't show up on my character build. So, in theory, this should only be 8% additional for me. So it is, you know, Scat Spore is 50% better than Razor Leaf. I am losing a ton of damage if I were to use Scat Spore instead of Razor Leaf, but, you know, I swapped it in. Maybe it's better. Maybe this person's saying the truth about the trait being bugged, but, you know, that makes no sense. You can see the debuff. The difference is fucking ginormous. It is instantly noticeable. This trait, which is 33% worse, is giving me over 50 million DPS. I am gaining 50% more damage. So, Scar Spore just isn't working. But that made me... Which, by the way, I've been using this for the past 2 days, and I've had various points in progression where I was just genuinely and utterly shocked and surprised at how weak my character felt. I genuinely felt this season like something is wrong, because like all the numbers added up to being so much better than it actually showed. It made no sense to me at all that I'm struggling so much in places where I shouldn't be struggling, because I kept having 2 issues this season. My damage felt a lot worse than what I felt like it should have been. I kept looking at things like I should have more damage than what it shows right now, but I don't. And then the other thing that I've been struggling with all the season is I've been feeling really squishy. I've been feeling like I'm taking a lot more damage than I should be taking, given all my DRs, but we'll get to that. So, the next thing that I tested is, well, obviously I'm using Resilient Moss. This transfers 6% of my damage to my minions, and in our build, we're also using modules, because not only does this module give us 20% injury buffer, which is awesome, it also gives us 4.5% damage transfer, and then on top of all of that, our hero trait is giving us this 6% damage transfer, which is actually a lot more than 6%, by the way, because we have 435 elixir effect. So this 6% damage transfer gets turned into 32% damage transfer. That plus the support that we have is 36.6% of our damage is being transferred over to our minions. That is a lot of damage that we are not taking. So, I was wondering if it actually works, because now I don't trust anything anymore. And the way that we tested it was we went into the Traveler 8 fight, and in the Traveler 8 fight, there are these orbs that spawn. In fact, I will just do another Traveler for you guys. If you go into the Traveler fight, there are these orbs that spawn that deal damage to you, and they deal lightning and fire damage. Okay? They deal lightning and fire damage. And you see 2.9k damage taken. 2.9k damage taken. 2.9k damage taken. And all of this is now with my elixir effect on. You know, this is with my life tonic on. I tried swapping out life tonic for the first stew. It doesn't matter. It does not change anything. It is not a life tonic issue. It is literally just every skill. But, so, I'm transferring 36% of my damage. I'm taking 2.9k damage. If I equip this, you know, this is going to do nothing. It, you know, we take damage before mana, but, like, I have no mana. Okay? Of course, my healing take went over it, so we couldn't actually see the number. 2.9k damage taken. 2.9k damage taken. So the damage transfer just doesn't work. 2.9k damage taken. So someone in the community had an idea, okay, well, what if the issue is with this support here? Modularization Sever. Because what this support does is it makes it the minions are immune to damage. Maybe it's an issue of the minions being immune. Maybe immune minions cannot, like, have their damage transferred to them. So I took this off. I took it off completely. We're gonna swap back to Resilient Moss, damage transfer. And I'm just gonna, like, make sure that I have a brand new potion on me. 2.9k damage. I somehow did not get it by that. I assume that was 2.9k. It was a bit hard with the healing. 2.9k damage. And this is not an issue with like life tonic. Like, I can equip my life tonic. And I can swap around the life tonic and the thirst stew. So you can now look at the top of my screen. And you're gonna see that I have 100% uptime on thirst stew. Wait, why do I not have... Oh. Let me just swap to this. I had the wrong thingy on. Not that it matters, because it doesn't do anything. But yeah, you can see I have 100% uptime on Thirst 2. 2.9k damage taken. My minions died. Let's summon a new one. 2.9k damage taken. So none of my damage is getting transferred to the minion. I put this on. 2.9k damage. And my minions can die, you know, they can take damage, so I don't have module civilization on. So then I kind of just came to the realization that I've been playing this entire fucking season with no hero trait. Because what did my sage hero traits do? This gives me elixir effect, and this gives me elixir effect. Both of these traits, all that they do is they buff this licorice note. They make this thing stronger. So that this number would be way higher, and so that this number would be way higher. And just neither of them works. I've just been playing this entire season without a hero trait, and most likely, if you've been following my build, so have you. We did do testing to see if the first convert one works, this one. A member of my community tested it, KTK. The way he tested it is by going to Showdown 8, because in Showdown 8 he always starts with the same first initial attack, which does heavy first damage. And when testing that first attack out, whenever he had Prismatic Vine on, he took significantly less damage from the first attack, which would imply that, you know, the trait does work. And of course, we already tested and shown that Razor Leaf does work. So it's not really like the end of the times, you know, it's not the end of the world. Your shit does work still, but like, it's so much worse. It's so much worse. Instead of having this, which is a 12% additional, which just always works for my build, because I'm either way gonna stand close, because that's how, you know, that's how my sentry setup works with, you know, Imperial Iron Sentry. I now have to take a mod which doesn't even have 100% uptime because I don't have 100% crit, because it's really difficult for me to get 100% crit in my build. You know, I only have 83% crit, so it's only 8% additional right now, instead of being like 12% additional. And then, instead of a mod that makes it that I'm taking 36% reduced damage, just not taking the damage at all, it's just going away to a different minion, you know? It's just not my problem. I'm instead forced into a mod that makes me still take the damage. Yes, it's nice that that damage is getting reduced by like 60% if you have res cap. That's awesome. But it's so much worse. And it's just like like, what the fuck is the point, dude? Why is like my hero trait just not working? My character is just completely bugged. How did this get through testing? How did this even break? It was working fine last season and it's just broken now. It just doesn't do anything. It's so frustrating because you go into the season, you have a plan of how things are gonna go. You know, you expect to have certain items by day 1. I expect to have Omni Elixir by the end of day 1. And then all of a sudden, they decide to make this the rarest item in the game, and by fucking mid day 3, it's still 7.4k FE. Who the fuck is buying this? At this point, I would rather just have a Priceless Belt. This isn't even worth buying at 7.4k FE. It makes no sense at all to buy this item. Day 1, it was 25k FE. So okay, I guess I don't have access to my belt. You know, okay, fine. I can live with that. But, you know, what about my special distillates? What about Scorpion Dew? You know, I would love to buy Scorpion Dew. Oh, what's that? The cords are ungodly rare. There's only 4 on the market, and it's 15k FE. Okay, well, I guess we won't do any special elixirs then. And now on top of all of that, my hero trait just doesn't fucking work. I need to do some weird-ass scuffed build because the developers just broke my hero trait. Just nothing fucking works. And what am I supposed to do now? Am I supposed to just re-roll, just like unlucky, go next, just play a different character? Am I supposed to just fucking pray that like 2 or 3 days from now my character's gonna get fixed and I can actually play the intended build? I've been struggling so much because I've just not had any built-in defense. The whole point of Sage is her built-in defense. The whole reason people pick this character is not because she does good damage. She does okay damage. But the thing she does amazing is her defense. And despite that, I've had to go fucking Poisoned Relief to have some injury buffer because I kept taking so much damage. I had to go more Poisoned Relief here because it just felt like, you know, I'm just taking so much damage. I'm still getting one shot in Tarmac 8 bar randomly. No fucking wonder. I have no damage reduction built in my kit at all. Because the damage reductions I thought I had just don't work. It's just so frustrating. It's so demotivating, it's so demoralizing, because it's not only that my fucking character doesn't work. I baited so many people into playing her. So many people have been following my build, and they just feel baited. Nothing fucking works on the character. Yeah, no shit, nothing works. I remember when I did Trap 7, I thought, like, holy shit, my gear is kind of good, I only have 70 million damage, like, this doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, no shit. If my hero trait was working on Trap 7, I would have had about 120 million. Or like 110 million. I was just missing 50% of my damage at minimum. It's just insane. It's like actually, it's not even playing the game on hard mode. It's just not even playing the game at this point. And now I like feel in this awkward situation because now I'm gonna commit to this build. I have multi-strike, Helm, Corroded bound to me. I have Death Touch, Corroded bound to me. I have Lone Walkers, Precise Cruelty bound to me. It's like either I reroll into some like Fizz build with Death Touch, Lone Walker, and we just cut the losses on this, or I just stick with it and just accept that like my build is gonna be a bit scuffed. Maybe we give up on the module and we do something else, and I need to like actually build defense now of some way. It's so frustrating. It's just a really awful fucking situation to be in. I'll spend some time like really thinking about what the fuck to do, what the next step is with the building things. I mean, if you haven't yet, you know, swap to Razor Leaf, swap to Prismatic Vine. Prismatic Vine feels so awkward as well, because if you're gonna do this, like, you kind of want to stack, you wanna get 100% conversion then. So you need to get conversion somewhere else in your build. And on top of that, you also then want to stack, like, you probably want to get max res. You probably want to like stack, you know, additional damage taken against elemental damage. And it's like, that's not really what Sages was supposed to be. This character was supposed to get over 50% damage transfer completely free from a hero trade. That was the trade-off for having no damage. But, like, what's the trade-off now? I'm just existing, I guess. But anyway, I'll think about things. Hopefully I'll figure something out. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this is a very important PSA, albeit a massive ramble and just an insane amount of frustration for me. It is absolutely insane that this is the shit we have to deal with if you want to play Sage. I mean, it's just... I feel better, at least, about the fact that I've been struggling so much. Because at first I genuinely thought, like, I just fucked up. I just chose the wrong character. I just, you know, I did the math and my math was fucking wrong. No, the character's just broken. It's not that I have a bad feeling, like, I'm out of touch and I don't know how things feel in this game anymore, or, like, I'm bad at math and, like, I just don't understand the game. It's just that, like, I was just missing massive multipliers that I expected to be there. It sucks, but what can you do? I hate this game. Season's been, honestly, it's been pretty fun otherwise. It's just so buggy, and this just completely, like, ruined my day. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you later, YouTube.